the next thing we want to do is to come back to our website and style the header. Is to give it a movie. For the movie info, we can style it with our flags, as well as flags direction, let's call it column, and justify content with space between. Yep. So let's see what that does. Okay, and now you're not going to see anything, but don't worry, you're going to see it soon. So coming back to index, after the movie header, let's add a HR, and after the HR, we have a paragraph with the synopsis in it. So let's just copy the entire synopsis and paste in it. Do some indentation, and we should be able to see our content in the top and bottom now. Yep, that looks about right. We have some spacing over here, which we do not have over here. So where should we add the content? So we can add it into our content, movie info content, and padding 20 pixel. Coming back to our website. Ooh, okay, that looks good. And I noticed that we are lacking of a background. So actually, why don't we style our card now? So we can see at this card, there's a background color, there's a border radius, a very subtle border radius, and then we have our border and a box shadow. So coming back here, the style for this will be within a card, and this card design is going to be a background color of FFF, border radius 5 pixel, border 1 pixel solid, gray, box shadow 0 pixel at the top, 1 pixel right, and 5 pixel at the bottom right, as well as the bottom left. So let's take a look. Oh, of course, let's not forget our color too. So coming back, let's save it. Yep, and it looks like our card design is almost there. So the next thing we want to do is to add in the action call to action button right over here, visit movie sites. So what we can do is coming to our index.php, right at the end of our information, movie info. Yes, so this is where you can see why is it that I have an info as well as a content. So within the content, we have styled a padding of 20, but now for the button, we do not want to have the padding of 20 pixel. So what we can do is within our div right over here, okay, we can have a div dot movie info actions, and within the movie info actions content, we can have a link with a bootstrap button, put the button block, and of course we are going to customize the button heavily. So let's just add our class in. Yep, and that should be it. So let's just have a dummy save, and within the button we are just going to say visit movie site. So let's take a look at what we have. Fresh and good. The button is at the right location, so let's do the styling now. So coming back to our CSS, right at the bottom, we can search for the action button, And now let's give it a background color that I have chosen. It's actually 8A65BB. The color of the button will be white. The border radius is actually 0. This is to actually reset the bootstrap style, which gives the button a border radius. And the last one will be a padding 15 pixel. Yep, so let's take a look at what we have now. Didn't work. Let's see what happened. Movie actions button. A typo. Okay, let's try again. Yes, and there you go. So very similar. Okay, and the last thing I notice here is the spacing and the bow. So let's fix that. So coming back to our CSS once again. So after the cut, after the image, after the content here, we can do a movie info and target the H4, set a margin top of 0 so that it will be closer to the top, a font weight of 600 and a margin bottom of 10 pixel. So let's take a look. Yep, very close. Seems like the last thing we want to do here is to bow the running time. So previously, I believe I have already defined a class name for it. So right after here, we can have a movie running time and a font weight of, once again, 600. Save it, refresh, and we are very close. So the very last things that we have to do is the button. So how do we do the button? The button will be right after all our container, right after our movie, right after everything. So let's add a controls, and within the control, it is going to be a button with, once again, bootstrap and our customized controls next button. So within it is going to be an icon, as you can see from here, and this is actually a glyph icon from Bootstrap. So let me just type it out. Glyph icon for chevron right. And let's see, refresh, and you can see that it's over here, but what we want is over here. So let's do some styling now. So right at the bottom, we can do a controls next with a height of 100%, sorry, padding 20 pixel, background color of F7, border left 1 pixel solid, CA. Yep, so let's take a look at that. So this is for the next button, but now we need to position this over here. So if we see here, once again, we have a control, so we can just move the entire control. So dot controls, for the position, it will be absolute right 0, top 0, and the height will be 100%. Save it, refresh, and let's take a look. And there you go. So now we have managed to replicate the entire website.